Hello, everybody. It's been a while, I know, and I'm so happy to be back. Thank you for all your messages asking how I am and just wondering where I've been. It's been a really challenging couple of months where we've been navigating all of these COVID restrictions to enable us to get permission to come back to Australia to spend time with my 99-and-a-half-year-old father. 2 weeks of quarantine, coming out of quarantine into a city that's in total lockdown. And then we come back to our house to find that after years of tenants, it had been trashed. So we then, and in lockdown, you can't get anyone to come and help. So we've been painting it, fixing it for weeks on end. We have no idea when we'll get our shipment because of COVID restrictions. Again, all of our shipment is delayed. So we've been living in the same clothes, the same little bag of stuff, and with no furniture, literally 2 chairs and a bed. And and as my husband was painting, because we have a really high ceiling here, he put his foot through the stovetop. So we didn't even have, we lost that as well. We couldn't even cook. So I've become incredibly creative with a rice cooker and a microwave. So it's been a little bit challenging, but I am back and now living back in my home country of Australia. And so if you hear all these crazy birds, it's because we do pretty much live in the bush. But I was just wondering, it made me think, how many of you feel that way, that where life just keeps throwing you one curveball after another. You are faced with a lot of stress at work, you're under pressure, there's lockdowns, there's homeschooling, your child gets sick, there's relationships that suck, and it's one thing after another. Have any of you ever felt like that, where it just feels like you're on this roller coaster that never ends? And it's a bit of a catch-22, because the more your life feels out of control, the more anxious you feel, and the more you feel uncertain, a lot of uncertainty. And then uncertainty leads you to feel even more like your life is out of control. And what do? We then try to cling on to control to make ourselves feel safe again, because that's the only way we feel safe. And so you start to just try harder, you do more, you do, work harder, you try to please everybody more, you cling to relationships that hurt you for even longer. And in a perverse way, everything that you're trying to do to cling on just seems like it's getting worse. Do any of you ever feel like that? And you just feel helpless. And then you look around and you think, why is a strong woman like me feeling so anxious all the time? My life is good, I'm successful and doing it. I'm sure you're doing great jobs and have great families, but you just wonder why it all feels so stressful, and you're living in a lot of guilt and fear, and just wonder why. And you look around at your friends and you think, why do they always have it so easy when my life is just one drama after another? And it really comes down to one simple choice. Literally one simple choice. Which one are you? Do you fight, resist, cling on to control and live your life full of fear? Or do you do exactly what scares you, which is the opposite, which is to surrender, let go, enjoy the ride, no matter how great the challenge is, and say to yourself, I'm going to take whatever gift there is in this, learn what I need to about myself to build resilience, build the muscle that will help me grow? Which one are you? Because that's the simple choice to look at life. Does life happen to you where you feel sorry for yourself? You feel frustrated and annoyed that all these curveballs are coming your way? Or does it happen for you where you just go, okay, life, this is pretty crap, one thing after another, but what do I need to learn? How can I use this as an opportunity to shine a mirror at myself, to find out really what I've got and what it takes to become an even more amazing person so that I can build an incredible life despite and because of all of the challenges that I face. And I know some of you have faced some really tough times. I have as well. You know, when I left a very violent man and fled with my baby, I had nothing. I was a young single mother and I had nothing. And I could have very well spent a lot of time feeling sorry for myself and feeling like my life was out of control. But I did do the opposite. I just surrendered and I said, okay, I let go. Because trying to control what I couldn't control just didn't work, and it made my life worse. It got more out of control. The more you try and control, the more your life gets out of control. It's really counterintuitive, but it is true. And then I thought, I have to do exactly what scares me. I'm going to have to let go of control, which makes me feel uncertain and unsafe and really quite fearful. But what choice do I have? I'm going to just let go and truly surrender and just go, okay, throw it at me. And what can I learn? And I became a better person for it. And honestly, these last 2 months that have been really challenging, there's not one day that I let it spin me into negativity. There's not one day where I felt sorry for myself and thought, oh, you know, when is this going to end? I just thought, okay, great. Let's embrace it. Let's camp in our house without any furniture. Let's get creative with a rice cooker and a microwave, whatever. Anyway, I know that sounds a bit silly because, you know, these are not such stressful challenges, but I hope you see my point that, you know, because many women come to me, they're really overwhelmed with stress and they're all in a constant state of fight or flight. That constant sort of life's a battle. Everything's happening to me and I'm battling everything. And it's that sort of spiral that they spin down into where they just get overwhelmed. They feel more stress. They feel, it almost spirals you down into a victim mentality. And then they come to me and they say, I just don't know who I am anymore. I've lost myself along the way. And I say, you know, to my clients, what if it's possible that you've become part of the problem? That this battle to keep control, to do more, try more, please more, stay in relationships and try and make them work when they hurt you and then they're no good for you. What if all of that fight is the one thing that's actually going to stop you from finding joy and happy, beautiful, healthy relationships? What if it's possible that if you do the opposite, then you might open yourself up to a completely different outcome? And I show them how to do this. And I show them how to take all the fear out of it and really take all of those things that have hurt you, past trauma, past pain, challenges, and really help you to use them as the momentum and the driver to rebuild yourself, become a greater person because of that. And that is the difference. That is the one thing that really successful women do. They make that choice. So I'm really glad to be back, and if this sort of resonates with you, there's 3 ways that I can help you. One is I really encourage you to watch my free webinar, How to Recover from Toxic Relationships, and I'll add challenges, difficult pain in your past. Fall back in love with your life and never settle for anything less than you deserve again. I'll put the link to that in the description below. Get my free ebook, which is the 5-step relationship detox method, which really explains how you might become trapped in a cycle that is self-perpetuating and spirals you down to keep repeating the same patterns that are hurting you, and how to break free from that. Again, I'll put the link down below, vivianmcgrath.com/e-book. And I know a number of you have been asking me, when am I opening up my calendar to breakthrough calls? I am back in action, even though I do only have a chair and 1 table here, and that is it in this empty house. But yes, I am open, and I do have some slots now for those breakthrough calls. And the purpose of those is for us to really get to the bottom of what you are struggling with most in your life. What are you really finding hard to break free from? If I'm 100% confident that I am actually the person that can help you to heal from that and fix your life, and if not, I will just offer some other suggestions. And if I'm the right fit for you, and if you're the right fit for me, and if so, then together we can absolutely transform your life. So do get in touch with me about that. So Fatima, I know you have been waiting anxiously, so I am ready for that. So it's really, really nice to be back, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.